Love those chat.
You know, my esteemed co-host, Jungle Jim is actually short for Jungle James.
Jimmy, welcome back to Super Dad Bro. We're playing more PowerWash Simulator.
It's hard to tell like a groaner that bad with a straight face, because like I throw out groaners on the channel for the sake of being a dad, but like I'm not a bad joke dad. That's like that's not the kind of parent I am. You know, that's not really like that's not my style.
Yeah,
you know?
get it all out here.
Yeah, I just get it all out on the channel, really. My poor kid, she didn't have to put up with it because it's on the channel.
Oh.
She'll look back on this one day and be like, ugh, and be like getting hit in the gut. I'm sorry.
But you want to know something?
Huh?
Check this out.
Oh, we both went to Sandstorm. That tells you. That tells you we've been doing this for ages. Either that or Sandstorm's just that much of a flop. It could be both. Why not both? We'll say it's both.
As far as like other content creators, you know, I've made it apparent. I'm a Grumps fan.
Oh yeah, same
and
here.
And Mr. Hansen's, you know, beautiful
rendition of Sandstorm. Yeah. Oh.
Sandstorm are always appreciated by me.
I really think we have to catch a Grumps live in our day just so we can catch his live version.
Oh,
I hear
that would be very funny.
I hear it's the tops is hearing Mr. Ego Raptor go about it.
I hear he doesn't do it too often now, just because it doesn't.
Well, he's like a voice actor and it hurts him and stuff, but like it's so crazy, man.
Dude kind of goes all out.
Like, you know, on the subject of this episode, which is like content in general, I would say, like we'll you know just kind of be talking a lot.
Yeah.
Because like we're experimenting with our format a little bit to kind of make just our stuff more entertaining for you guys and just kind of hold up better, you know?
Yeah.
We've been doing this long enough where we think we can do a better job, and we're going to try. So we hope you guys have noticed the changes we're making, and we're trying to like keep more on to like sort of you know what we enjoy about ourselves, so that you can get to know us a little better, and hopefully you know anybody who's new to the channel can learn a tidbit or two as we go. You know.
Yeah, because I think it is super important to always be able to check yourself.
Yeah.
Always be able to look back and be like, oh, I can do that better. I can make that better. You know, always be able to self-evaluate.
And that's the thing. Even if like we're like right now we're doing this for fun. We don't really make any money to do this, obviously. But for funsies. But even then, because it's for funsies, that doesn't mean we can't cultivate skill while we do it. You know. And so we're trying to like have more of a show for everybody. But on the subject of like of media too, I'm also a big Grumps actually because of you. I liked Aaron's stuff initially on its own, and I had never really heard anything around the Grumps aside from that, from like other than a few friends who were fans and stuff. So I kind of like missed out on them a little bit, but then hit the ground running, became a huge fan, and really glad I did. They provided a good dose of entertainment. I'm really big. Personally, for me too, I'm a big fan of the channel Four High Heels. The dude from he's a Dutch guy, talks a lot about weird games and just games in general, and like how he kind of feels about the consumption of art and media and stuff. And I don't know, I like the dude's perspective. He's not a super negative guy. He's got a very chill vibe to him, and he's a lover of like music and like kind of the same grungy, weird sort of culture I'm both from and a part of now, you know. And I dig that. I dig seeing a little of myself in a channel, and I make a few Fantano jokes here because I'm a big music guy. I watch a lot of the Melon stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, that's probably everybody's.
We say that often.
Yes. The third dad bro you guys don't see is neither a dad nor a bro, but a little fuzzy gremlin that lives in our home and smells terrible.
Nuts. He smells like popcorn.
And he actually has YouTube preferences as well, which is mostly Steely Dan videos. He just vibes to Steely Dan videos most of the time.
And what's the Fantano thing?
What the
that he really likes.
Oh yeah, he really likes Anthony Fantano's alter ego character, Couch Chesta. That's like his roommate, not his alter ego. His roommate, Couch Chesta, and his album, The New Classics, specifically the tracks Hot Dinner. That's probably, I think, his favorite is Hot Dinner, and Coco. He likes that one too, which is pretty great because it's a song about Coco, but it's not about like what the rap song Coco is about, you know, drugs. Yeah. It's good stuff. It's hilarious, and the cat for some reason just really likes it.
Man, my cat's weird.
Ongoing theory is we call him buddy and friend, and Cal says that a lot. That's my theory. It's just he hears it, he's like, oh, this is for me.
Here's what we were tying into what you said earlier.
Yeah.
So you know, like we were talking about, like like oh, you knew Aaron Hansen like before.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was talking to somebody that I work with.
Yeah.
Kind of in reference to it. Just really about the channel in general, and like mentioning that I'm a big Game Grumps fan. And he's like, oh, I don't know who that is. I'm like,
Really?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't do like a lot.
Yeah, I can see that though. I can see that.
But he did like I mentioned who it was. It's like Hansen's like, I don't know who that is. I'm like, and I kind of mentioned starting out, he was an Ego Raptor. Everybody knew Aaron Hansen as Ego Raptor.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Ego Raptor. I'm like, yeah, it's the same dude. He just kind of, evolved, changed
He
things
really
up.
did. He got better, like, honestly.
Yeah, like he just kept improving, changed up things that he was doing, and everything. I mean, like, a lot of people still know him as like
Ego Raptor.
but like he's really isn't Ego Raptor anymore, just from all the
Yeah,
new things he does.
he's got that first and last name fame now.
Oh,
you say the whole thing now.
wouldn't you, Frank?
Hey, one name Joji Adams. Continue. No heat, Filthy Frank. No heat, Joji. No heat, anybody.
Especially not that pink guy.
Maybe Pink Guy and Doober collab at some point. Jeez, you guys would be down. Probably not, but hey, it's out there. Continue your thoughts.
Oh, but yeah, that was just the thing. It's like, man, it was really funny. Like, most people nowadays know Aaron Hansen by Game
Yeah,
Grumps.
they know I'm the Game Grumps guy. Yeah,
But it was really weird. It was crazy. He's like, oh yeah, no, this is it. And it's like, oh, I remember that now just from this one thing. I'm like, yeah, I knew him as Ego Raptor too, but I ended up following a bit more just because of the stuff he makes.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's okay. Shake it off, King. Look at you're already back.
But yeah, that's like super crazy or nothing.
I mean, hey man, all of the best stories usually aren't. Sometimes it's nice to just like kind of observe something little like that, just sort of like, huh.
Yeah,
how the times change.
And I'm like, yeah, maybe he learned something about somebody I work with.
That's like I think the thing I miss about like having more of a like general public style of like work is like I don't really meet new people in the sense that you usually would as a general contractor.
Yeah.
I meet new people, as you know. Way different context, so it's like I don't really get to develop those like interpersonal relationships with them in a sense like you would with a coworker. I don't see these people as regularly.
Yeah.
And a lot of the nature of my job is kind of to be more, I guess, like catersome to them,
Right.
Like kind of like, well, I have to find at your interests more from like a professional standpoint, than like a personal kind of thing. So it's like I don't really get to have those like interactions you usually get.
I have chit chat.
Yeah, really. Like I don't really get to like, I don't get water cooler conversation, and I know the water cooler's kind of dead in the world we live in now.
Yeah, we don't have a water cooler.
No. Where you work at, I would be surprised. They would probably dictate that as an unnecessary luxury and shame you guys for wanting one.
Why do you even have this? Oh, it's just hydration.
Necessary human needs. Necessary needs. That's a fun one. What is that called? Contra redundancy? It's like something like that. But like, yeah, like I miss like being able to like normally interact with people in that sense.
Just like it's kind of business for you.
It's very transactional. Like I know a lot of people that I work like with and around are like, oh man, like I can't, your job's not so fun. Like you get to like meet so many people and do so much stuff, and like you spend a lot of your time like doing fun stuff with people. But it's like I don't get to have the fun. I get to organize the fun and watch people have the fun.
You're doing work for people.
It's like I have to. It's also like it's the work part too. It's also like it doesn't feel like going to have fun. It doesn't feel like it's not like I'm having a blast anyway.
Yeah.
Like I could do the same thing I do at work at home and have a blast with the right people, but like for work it's not. I'd rather be
because it's work. And I think like even if you do something that is enjoyable, like I enjoy making these videos. I enjoy doing this. It's fun, but like at a point, if it did become something of like, hey, have a bigger audience, you have to make sure you're putting things out for them.
Yeah.
I do feel like at a certain point, like,
you have that responsibility.
Yeah, you're like, oh, people, they check in, be entertained, and it's not like to say like somebody's all like, oh, you have to do this for this and that person.
I think it's just your sense of integrity on it. If I
Yeah,
can.
it's like, oh man, at some point people are going to get invested, and we're like, oh hey, new thing came out, and maybe that's what they needed to get through, in their day.
Yeah, that's kind of because I can think of some times that like I turn to channels that I like just when I'm having a bad day, and I get a good bit or something, or I see like I maybe see an album review for an album I've been able to see. Or, there's always some sort of way for me to engage with content.
Yeah.
As kind of like a ball for me. So making content kind of is fun to me for like that reason too. And I'm kind of with you. Like if I felt like it was something that I needed to like make work, I would want to make it work in the best possible way. I want to respect that output and stuff. So I can kind of already reckon with that being like a creative professional in the sense that I am right now. And I hate saying that, but like that's the best way to describe what I do for a living, I guess. Like would be that.
Yeah.
But like I'm very grateful to be able to do it though. For one, because like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it without my. I have a great support system, and like that helps a lot of it. So, but like I don't know. I feel like we're getting a little personal in Super Dad Bros, but hey, but I have a lot of gratitude to be able to like. To those who aren't aware in our audience, I like create stuff for a living. Like I write and I make like audio stuff. I do all sorts of work like that outside of Super Dad Bros, which I just do for fun. So it's like having this as a creative outlet has been wonderful because it's just something that I can sit down and have fun and not have to worry about like, oh man, I have to stress myself to be this like standard. You have to sell yourself.
Yeah.
Just doing something for fun. And I've never been somebody who's been good at selling myself. So hey, maybe I'll learn one day, but
first you have to try.
Yeah, that's kind of the downside.
You get the haircut. Yeah, we won't go any further.
We can't go to the next step after the haircut.
Shout out Brad.
Shout out Brad from Arkansas. You are a legend. We love you.
Kind of is, right?
Yeah, he is. He's from the South. He's from Arkansas.
The
South, which is in the South. So,
which if you didn't know, Arkansas first, we are the South.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. SOUF.
That's how it is. That's how it's pronounced down here.
So I'm from the South. Like SOUT, SOH.
Oh,
South. They're the
so
South.
pretty similar.
They're the
down
South.
there.
They're the South, like that. Yeah. Kind of like pretty close. Pretty close. We are Super Dad Bros outing ourselves as a deeply Southern channel, at least in that sense. I do declare we're having some gameplay playthroughs, investigating the heinous crimes of one a rampant and elusive Dukla, whom we know it's Cal. We know it's Cal. There's nothing. There's the Duke Meister, the Duke Miser, the Duke Mongler, the Duke. He's everything. It is an all-encompassing shitstorm. I sound like Leahy. When we play this. This is what happened. And we talk about Trailer Park Boys on another episode of this channel.
Probably because it's watching so much stuff in your brain.
Dude, well, I like Trailer Park Boys too. I think like you or I will watch through it at least like once a year at this point. Like I've noticed, like we at least go through like a full watch at least once or twice, like every year or so.
Yeah, it's good to read.
It's a good. Well, it's the gift that keeps on giving because it's one of those things that's so delightfully where it's from. Like I would argue, Trailer Park Boys is like one of the most Canadian things.
Oh man, yeah.
Like definitely one of the more Canadian shows when we think about it. It's like
and like they did it well before like
it's Letterkenny before Letterkenny, yeah. And it did it for quite some time, and it's like you watch the movie, the first movie they put out. I know, but you watched it the other day, and I forgot how like high effort their first movie they put out. It was really like
and they kind of retell. Like,
they retell the whole origin story. Yeah, it does really well, and like actually, I was surprised. I haven't seen that in a bit, so it like really holds up. Dude, Jungle Gym's just this entire like playground bit has, I don't know about you, breezed by. Like,
Oh,
it's just
well,
been-
I think we tackled it in a very smart way.
yeah,
In
yeah.
such a duty-filled area.
Oh man, see, this is the thing is, as you know, I possess natural dirt vision, dirt senses. I think.
The dirt.
I make it through my life as a person with dirt senses. But like, the PowerWash Simulator is a good way for me to live that out without having to live that out.
Is it that bad?
What, the dirt senses?
Yeah.
It's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. There's dirt in places you wouldn't believe.
I mean, I don't know, man.
I know what you're thinking. Like, I could just not use the dirt sense, which I
high tolerance of belief.
that's fair. You do. So you would believe because you have a pretty high tolerance of belief in things. So the amount of dirt that's in things, you would in fact believe it is exactly the amount you're probably thinking it is.
Yeah, man, I listened to 11 at one point in my childhood or adolescence.
311.
Yeah.
The band 311. No, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They had that song. Not believing. You okay?
I wasn't expecting 311. I wasn't.
It happened when you least expect
They did. They're like the Spanish Inquisition of mid to late 90s music.
Oh, man.
It's like Tal Bachman. Everybody forgets about Tal Bachman until she's so high above me. We're not gonna try to sing it.
Don't,
It's not gonna happen. Tal Bachman, you seem like a nice person, but your record label might not be.
Yeah.
For Poopy Boys.
Also, not only record labels, but we can choose Chevy Silverados.
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
Never. Not even for a second. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to leave that be. We're going to continue washing this Jungle James. Now, you know, I feel like we've gotten to know it at this point. We can call it a Jungle James.
Jim.
Yeah, we're familiar.
Root out of here.
You need him. You need him. Man, you know, I feel like PowerWash Simulator has been a wonderful dive into ourselves and our personalities. And, you know, like we've talked about things we love. We've talked about things we've hate. We've talked about ourselves. It's been around.
Talk about how Cal's horrible.
Talk about Cal is horrible, and definitely the Dukler. You're not going to convince me otherwise. Whatever evidence is pressed for. Oh.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's the controller or if it's just the game. The only complaint I have about this game is that when you move around,
It's a little
sometimes it's a little duty.
modest mousy. Yeah, you float on.
No, it's just like you. It's like you almost like just go super slow.
Ah. So you're just kind of like
Yeah, like if you're going forward, you're going pretty quick, but like
sometimes you're just like.
yeah,
Like that.
you're,
I get
you're
you.
literally in slow motion,
Gotcha. So
like we talked about the other day.
yeah.
Episode. I like to say another day.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm still laughing about the 311 thing.
man, it's
I just
because
want-
the color of my energy.
I just got all mixed up.
Whoa! Talking about stuff. See, look at this.
So we went on this like whole thing where we were watching a bunch of like old commercials and stuff, and I ended up talking about no. I totally marked out for one of those advertisements once and bought it, which was the Buzz, which is like a bunch of like alt rock hits. And it's making the circulation. The Buzz Ballads commercial is making the meme circulation right now. And I don't want to say we hit it full clout, but there will be signs we've hit it full clout. Just putting it.
See, no, really good, you know?
Yeah, maybe
what the world is here.
Well, according to Billy Corgan, it's a vampire.
Dude, yeah.
In the song that no one knows the name of, which is Bullet with Butterfly Wings.
I knew what the name
But,
of it was.
but
Or you even said it.
if you remember this, though, we watched a thing where it was like, oh, what's the name of this song? And people were like, I didn't know. I don't know.
The world is a
Oh,
vampire.
the world is a vampire. Yeah, you get it. You get it. Does he still own NWA?
Yes.
Billy Corgan.
Yes, he does.
Cat's fancy aficionado and NWA owner.
You know, aside from Billy Corgan owns a wrestling program, I found the cat fancy thing to be like way more interesting of a oh, I didn't know that about.
Yeah, dude, he's a huge cat person. Like,
I am maybe because I own a cat. I'm
you're a cat person too. Like, you really are. Like,
so it's like we have that.
I think if every third video you watch on the internet is like a cat video, like deliberately, you're kind of a cat person. You know, like you can't deny it.
Oh, I mean, dude, you seen those little dudes?
Dude, there is.
Can't help it.
My favorite ones are the ones that describe exactly like you get. Like that one you showed me the other day, like incredibly loud cat meows and rushes off other cats for more pets, and it was exactly that. Like
that one was great.
And like, this is the only way for me to get this fixed because I am very allergic to cats, and I cannot associate or play with them too often. And even the one we have requires me to constantly medicate. But my guy,
Hey, look, see, it's up here. Something about these roofs.
maybe it's just the way that it like processes the slope.
Maybe because cows make these things so juicy.
Dude, it's slippery with his. I'm not even gonna say it. That's too gross for me to say. I thought of something that's too gross for me to say, and I'm not putting it on the internet.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, we're in trouble, man. We're in trouble.
We're in a predicament here.
So,
I know that I'm pretty sure this is like the last one.
it's gotta be. We gotta be approaching.
Remember, it does you little teeny things.
Yeah, we get the
last
ping
three.
for the last three. You got the little tick marks, the checklist. It's called checklist. My guy. I'm saying that to myself, not you. Just so you.
I'm not saying we call it one.
No, you're good. You can call it whatever the hell you want. That's not my business. My
Because
business.
the teens
Come on, man.
comes up when you ting. Come on.
Come on. Ah! I love how it cleans like all of it you had left when it finishes. What is we are at 99% and we still have all of these little nooks and crannies.
Okay, you know what we're gonna have to do? Climbing pole guards? What? Where is this?
Alright, where is this at? Climbing pole. Aha!
Okay, wait. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay.
Bam. Ding a dang.
That means we have way more than there. Large
Bridge
bridge
slat.
Oh, okay.
Okay, maybe it's one of these guys.
It's one right here.
Aha! The big one?
It's this blue one right here.
Aha!
Okay, what's next? What's next?
Tower trims, tower floor underside.
This one.
There we go. Oh, look at you, man. You're a street-walking cheetah with a heart full of napalm, running out there searching and destroying, and you ain't no stooge. That was like rapid-fire Iggy Pop references there. You see what I mean? Like,
Okay.
you're in the driver's seat, I'm the passenger, you feel me? I've got lust for life here.
Okay.
Wow!
Alright.
I just really like Iggy Pop, man. Iggy and the Stooges. Any incarnation, really.
That guy was on Adventure Bros.
Dude, he was. Never wears a shirt. Like, I think the few times I have seen Iggy Pop wearing a shirt, I've been like, why is Iggy Pop wearing a shirt? What's wrong? Like, who died?
Where is it? Oh, there it is. That's a support strand? I thought those were like little...
Oh, these things?
I thought those were just little, like, suns.
Oh, decoratives. Ah!
Oh, but I see...
There is a hidden, filthy cache
Oh,
of
dude, yeah.
dirty
there's like a-
delights. Clean them. Purge them from this world. For the
Again, I know
children.
people are saying, like, oh, it's so much easier if you use that ladder. But I will not use that ladder. Tower trim.
If you want to be chatter, you don't use a
the
ladder.
ladder.
That's the proverb we've been pulling this whole time. I don't think chatter is a descriptor, but it is now. You know, like we've done
Is
it.
it here?
Where are you,
Is
tower
it
trim?
Here. What is the tower trim? We just gotta look for.
Gotta find it.
Ah! Bam!
Oh!
Bam!
Oh!
We ran a little long on this one.
Oh, it doesn't even matter. That's the thing. We can run long on these ones when we finish it up because they get the satisfaction of please don't laugh at me. I'm bad at beatboxing. I will cry.
Well, we did it though. And you know what that means?
That means, oh, we got things to do.
We got all these things to do next time on Super Dad Bros. So don't forget, guys, to like, comment, subscribe. put something down there if you want to see us do a particular thing next. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you can see when we put up stuff. And check us out on Twitter.
Yes, come back for more filthy homes carts.
Bye.